it's week 10, more than halfway to 100 days, and I do feel good about myself doing this challenge. I hadn't given it any thought really, because I was on this side of it all, and the launch was just like wow. But then what came next were the reactions from people, and it's amazing how gentle they are. I went into this, my friends, my octogenarian friends down the road, they said, well, one of them, she's quite boisterous, she said, well, do you think it's going to help? And I thought I'd better find something to say quickly when I told her I was thinking about ringing up and doing this. And I said, well, I won't gamble for 100 days. I'm far too proud to to fail, especially so publicly. I have to laugh at myself now. I went into the library the other day and heard the other chaps speak, and it sounds like they're working really hard, and it is hard, and they're working really hard at not gambling. And I've actually failed 3 times or 4 times, I'm not sure whether that was just before. So this is one time I can accept not being perfect. What I'm trying to say is I don't mind that I'm not perfect at the moment, because I've got so much support. Before this diary, I didn't reach out to my support every time I gambled. I would often still just deal with it myself, and basically it took, depending on how bad it was, what emotions I was going through when I gambled, not really about the money, but depending on where I was at emotionally, sometimes it could take a couple of weeks before I felt good enough again to go even just down to the supermarket. Also, it's not just how often I go or how much I spend, it's how long I'm in there. That's what really plays with my mind, because the longer I'm in there, in the actual venue, the longer I want to stay. And I hate myself when I actually want to come back and want to stay, and I want to be like the others. It's like that line out of Siddhartha where he experiences a gambling addiction in the city, and one of the lines he says is, more and more I was becoming jealous of people for the very qualities that I despised about them. And it's like that. I want to be like everybody else and just be a gambler. And that's, sometimes it can be a long road back from that way of being. Last night I spent too long on the computer again. Looks like gambling, like pokie machines, aren't going to be the only machines I have to give up. And it was close to midnight when the thought formed that I wanted to go gambling. I couldn't find a good reason. There's nothing I need money for. And there doesn't have to be a reason. It's my addiction rearing its ugly head. I told myself last week that if I'm tempted to play the tape through all the way to the end in my head, to the end result of gambling, and I did this, and it was a stressful, awful picture. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. I just hate it for myself. It's just not good. And I managed to talk myself out of it. So far, so good.